Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for being here. Where is my applause at? There it is. The audience is late. I'm doing some last minute stuff here, and I had it muted. Sorry. Man. All right. We are trying to make it by the skin of our teeth. And again, Mr. Andrew Knox is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
thank you, Andrew, for being here, man, all the way down from sunny Florida, originally from South Carolina. All right. And Mr. Larry Riker is back. Thank you very much, Larry, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Oh, man. We were just talking about before we went live how hot it is. It's Larry's not far from here. He's about 45 minutes from me, and we was talking about how crazy it is. And I had a fan going in this room just a second ago, and I had to cut it off because it was just, we could hear it on the mic really bad. So, man, so I want to try to tough this out. So if I start sweating like crazy, just ignore it, man. But yeah, is everybody doing okay? Did everybody have a good weekend so far?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking to us? I'm sorry.
Yeah, whoever wants to go first, it don't matter. I was like, oh, Lord, there's a connection problem. Okay.
just try to stay inside, you know?
Yeah, man. Golly, man. I had to get out and do the yard work today, man. And I was like, I thought I was going to pass out, you know, but I got it done, man, because, man, oh, my God.
That's why I love my apartment, man. Somebody else can take care of that.
Yeah, oh, that's true. That's a great thing about living in an apartment. You don't have to worry about none of that. Yeah, that's surely a pro indeed. Let's see.
Mine's it's been so hot. My grass is on a week and a half to 2 week range right now.
Yeah. My wife was trying to tell me not to do it, and I was like, honey, if I don't, it's going to get out of control, and I won't never get in front of it again.
Well, it's going to rain tomorrow.
Correct.
Then we're in trouble.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's supposed to be raining tomorrow, and it's supposed to be nice next week around here. It's supposed to be in the low 80s, high 70s all week long, man. I was like, thank you, Lord.
Jealous.
I was like, please, man. Yeah, I'm ready for fall. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Let's see if we can check the chat really quick and say hello to some people who took the time to show up. We have Mr. Tim Back Trucking. Hey, man, Tim, what is going on, sir? He says, hey, buddy, stop by to say hi. Going to bed soon. Hope all is well. Have a good show. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, PB, I know who this is now. So thanks for Laramie. Who was Laramie? Larry filling me in on that information. So how you doing, Mrs. Riker? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much. And you have to forgive me last week because I was like, hey, man, or sir, I didn't know. So, it's kind of hard to tell. But thank you for being here, ma'am. Thank you very much. Electric Gypsy Blues. Louie, what is going on, man? How are you doing? Yeah. We got Larry saying hello in the chat as well. Whoa, it just jumped on me. Jim Guidry, what is going on, brother man? He says, hey, Joe, Larry, Andrew, and everyone. Thank you, Jimbo, for being here, man. Let's see what we got going on here. Hey, Ryan. There's Ryan from OU812 YouTube channel. Awesome channel name. I love that album, by the way. That album gets a lot of flack, man. That's one of my favorite albums. I actually went to that concert when I was in high school. I'll get into that in a second. That'd be a good something to talk about. Miss Janice Lala says, greetings. She must be on another planet right now. I'm just kidding. Welcome to Earth, Miss Lala. Appreciate it.
Go back. Greetings. It's no good here.
Yeah, greetings. I'm just kidding, Miss Lala. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Miss PB says, with the smiley face, awesome. Jimmy Biter, what is going on, man? How are you? Thank you for being here, sir. Oh, man, thank you so much. Yeah, let me just touch on that real quick about the OU812 toured. Andrew's like, don't talk about that right now. No, no, I'm just kidding. But I was let's see, what was that album? That was in what, 88, wasn't it? 88, 89, something like that. So I asked my mom. I remember hearing on the radio they were coming to Charlotte, and I said, Andrew, you remember the Coliseum off Tavolo over there by where Mars Music? They used to be when it was called the New Coliseum back then.
Yeah.
Where the Hornets were playing. Okay, so that's where they were coming to, that particular venue, because it's not there no more. I heard a couple years ago they tore it down, but I was like, damn. But and they put it actually in the city, which was stupid. So I heard they was coming to Charlotte, and I asked my mom if I could use her credit card to get a ticket, and she's like, yeah, as long as you pay me back. I said, okay. So I called Ticketmaster and got one ticket, and came in the mail about a week or two later, and on the night of the show, I remember going to the back entrance of the Coliseum, because there was like this back, like a frontage road. You could go down and come in the rear entrance of the venue, and so I did that just because I wanted to see the buses and all that stuff in the back, and and I pull in there, and it's just how stupid, man. I look at the buses. I said, ooh, Eddie's in there somewhere, Yeah. I guess, or they're still in the hotel. I don't know, but I assume they're in there. And I got there mega early, right when the gates opened up. I went and parked, went and gave them my ticket. They showed me my seat. I got up, went to and got me a T-shirt, Van Halen T-shirt, and it said "Abso-effing-lutely outrageous" on the back of it. I thought that was rock and roll as hell. I was like, I'm buying that shirt. $25, right? And I got a program and all that. I go back, and I remember a band called Private Life opened up, and I was like, yeah, whatever, get off the stage. But anyway, they played, and then they come out, Van Halen come out, and it was incredible, man. It's a great show. They was all on their game like they always were, and it was great. It was a great night. Snuck a camera into the venue, took all 24 exposures. Come to find out, the camera was broke. None of the pictures came out. They didn't develop. I took them to the drugstore back then and get them developed. None of them came out. I went to go pick the pictures up like a week later, and they's like, "What's the name again?" I said, "Wentz." She goes to the basket. She goes, "Oh yeah, here you go, no charge." I was like, "No charge?" I was like, "Thank you very much." I thought they was doing me a favor, man. And it was all the pictures were black, and I was like, "Oh man." That's my OU812 story, man. But anyway.
That was your first Van Halen show, or your first show?
Yes, it was. It was. I got to see them twice, man. I saw them then in high school, and then I saw them on the Balance tour. Saw them. That's when Eddie had the short cropped hair, and playing the Ernie Ball Music Man guitars, I believe. And but yeah, it was great. I never saw him with Dave. I never got to see that. I actually, when Dave was kind of in his down period, he opened up for Bad Company here in Greenville, and I took my son. This was years ago. I took my son, and we went and saw Dave Lee Roth. It was just kind of sad, man, because it was. It's like, what's David Lee Roth doing opening up for anybody? This is the guy from Van Halen, but it was just a cover band. Really, they were awesome. Don't get me wrong; they nailed everything, but it was just, it just wasn't what I was like. Okay, well, we saw them. Let's go. Bad Company started their first song, and I looked at my son and said, "You ready to go?" He's like, "Yeah, let's go." So we left. No disrespect to Bad Company, but I just wanted to see Dave just so I could say I seen him.
Yeah.
Man, anyway,
I kind of went through that. I saw Kiss in 2001, but
oh yeah,
Ted Nugent opened for him, and then Skid Row was there, and I was all excited about seeing Skid Row, but it was Skid Row without Sebastian Bach. So
yeah.
It was still good, but I was just like,
it's not the same, is it? Man, it's not. It's just not without Sebastian Bach, man. And it's not. What about you, Larry? What's some good concerts you went and saw, man? Do you remember?
I mean, I've seen. I was talking about this earlier today. I've seen Ozzy in I think he was in the. I'm trying to. He was in the Brendan Byrne Arena, I think, in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Seen him. I've seen Motley Crue, Poison, Warrant.
What year was that? What tour was the Ozzy show? Was it with Zakk Wylde or somebody else? Or
I actually have a question about that when he's done.
okay.
I don't remember, honestly. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember who opened or who was with him. I don't remember. I saw Whitesnake.
Oh wow.
Who else? So Ozzy could have been with any one of those. I don't remember. I'd have to look and Google it to see.
Yeah.
Who was touring together?
Oh.
You
What
know,
was your
'cause I don't
question,
remember.
Andrew?
So like my third show was Ozzy, and I think it was the Live and Loud tour, 92, 93.
Oh, okay.
Type O Negative was with them, and then Sepultura opened up for him. I think Soulfly, one of the two. Anyway,
Wow.
but my thing is, who played guitar live with him? Because it wasn't Zakk Wylde. Would that have been? I don't know who that would have been in that era.
Well, I know Zach joined them because I remember when I was in high school. That's when Zach joined Zakk Wylde. When Zach joined Zakk Wylde, yeah, Black Label Society. When Zach joined Ozzy, and only thing I can tell you, I should know, but when Zach was not in Ozzy's band, the only name that comes to mind is Gus G. I know he was in there for a while, but that's when Zach left. I think when Zach kind of took, I guess he took a hiatus or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gus G stepped in for like an album or something, and then Zach came back. I could be totally wrong.
No, you're right.
I don't know a lot
It
of
must
the
have been who I saw
history.
because it wasn't Zach that I saw.
But that's
Wow.
recent, though.
Yeah, this was not. Well, this is 93, unless he
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
make the
what
show.
got me. 93. He should have still been in there, but I don't know. Maybe.
It was a while back. It was many beers ago.
It was.
But
Yeah,
I want to say I remember whoever was playing guitar playing like a Strat style guitar. That's how I knew it wasn't Zach.
yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
Jake?
Maybe
Jake's.
because he came out with the
Carvel.
Live and Loud CD box set, and it was like the speaker, and you could see it through the speaker. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah,
But,
J.K. Lee was already gone by then.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was already gone. He had started his what was it, Red Dragon Cartel or something? I don't know. Like I said, I didn't keep up with all that stuff. And Charlie S., hey man, how are you, sir? Thank you for being in the chat, man. Thank you. Appreciate that.
1991 was No More Tears.
Well, that was with Zach, yeah.
mm-hmm.
That's likely what I saw.
That was with Zach, yeah. R2, what's up, my man? How are you, sir?
Maybe R2 can answer that for me. So R2, I saw Ozzy in 92, 93 behind the Live and Loud live box set. And I don't know who the guitarist was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Zakk Wylde that I saw. So if you know, let us know.
Yeah.
It has puzzled me for a while.
Yeah, it's funny.
So I
how
can
memories-
find concert information, but it doesn't tell me who was there. You know, it was just the three bands, and that was it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting because I always liked Ozzy, but I never was a big diehard Ozzy fan. You know.
Mhm.
Now my buddy Ralph, he's a huge diehard. If he was here, he would know. But I know he's asleep. He goes to bed at like 9 o'clock, so he's probably sacked out. But he would know. But
What was your first show, Joe? Ever?
the first one ever was the OU812. Yeah, that was the first.
Okay.
That was the very first concert. Yeah, OU812. That was my first concert ever. And then in between that and the Balance, because the Balance was a lot, many years later. So there was a lot of concerts in between there. You had, oh man, I seen Poison when Poison was in their heyday, and Tesla opened up for them. And I didn't know who Tesla was then. I didn't know. I didn't know who that was. Let's see. R2 says, he says, Joe Holmes was Ozzy's guitarist around that time. So there we go.
I don't even think I mean, I know I must have seen him, but I never even heard about that stage of it.
Yeah, I don't see. I don't either.
But he was
man.
good, whoever it was. It was.
Oh
great.
yeah. Yeah, you got to be good to hang with him, hang with Ozzy, so and cover all them songs, man. I always thought it was wild how Brad Gillis had that gig for the rest of that tour when Randy unfortunately passed in that plane crash, and I thought, man, how in the world do you catch a flight and learn all those songs like in one night and then go on stage the next night? I was like, man, I don't see how you do it. I couldn't do it.
Phil X did it for Bon Jovi.
He did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did, yeah. He was in Bon Jovi a lot longer than I thought, and I guess he's still a member, or a side guy. I don't know what you want to call it, but I saw on social media, I guess about a month ago, where Richie Sambora said he's going back to Bon Jovi, and I'm like, okay, how does that work? Does he have a permanent spot? Anytime he wants back in, he can just go back, or I mean, he just up and quit. He kind of left him high and dry, left him in a bad spot, and
maybe some kind of reunion thing.
Maybe it is.
So
maybe it is.
I just remember Phil X saying they said we'll have a plane for you and
Yeah.
wherever, California, and he learned them on the way, and he.
Yeah, can you believe that? R2 brother R2 says Joe Holmes played a Fender Strat with a Floyd Rose and a humbucker. He was phenomenal.
That had to have been who it was.
It must had to be. R2 would know, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't, like I said.
Thank you,
I have
R2.
no
That
clue.
has been,
Yes.
like I said, it's been since '93, and I could never find any info on it.
Who was that? It's a secret. Yeah, that's awesome.
The Phantom guitarist.
Who was? Who was? Let's see. I seen. I said I saw Poison and Tesla opened up, and I was a senior in high school when that concert went on. So that was '89. So of course that was still the hairband thing. Poison was still riding high, and when Tesla opened up, I didn't know who they were. I was like, who the hell is Tesla? And then man, when they came out, I was like, ooh. And I said I got to buy their cassette album, man. I said they are awesome. So I've always loved Tesla ever since. And the singer still got it. He sounds like he sings from his throat though. And I was like, how does he still have a voice? But he does. He's still pumping them out. But I was like, dang. But I've seen ZZ Top and a couple of country shows that it wasn't my idea to go see that stuff. And
My last show was Garth Brooks in Tennessee.
Yeah, I seen him when he was in his prime, and that was when I was in my first marriage. I didn't want to go, but I didn't buy the tickets, and I was like, it was a free ticket. I said, well, if anything, I can look at the guitar players, and watch what they do, and to be fair, man, to be honest, for that genre of music, he put on a killer show. I mean, he was all over the place, man. He was running everywhere, climbing the scaffolds and everything.
Yeah, he was still doing that last year when I saw him.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked because I didn't. But he was. Yeah. When I seen him, that was in the '90s. So, and he was all over the place. And I seen George Strait. Yeah, and everybody on that stage, then nobody moved. Everybody just stood still and just did this, the whole time, And of course, that wasn't my idea to go to that show either. But I was like, I don't go.
What was your first concert, Larry? Do you remember?
Probably the Grateful Dead.
That's a good one.
If I had to guess.
That's a good one.
I worked the Grateful Dead show, but I didn't. I worked that show. That was crazy, man. And that was wild, boy. That was wild. Seeing all those people in that parking lot. I was out there directing traffic. Hey, park over here, park over there, and all those buses, VW buses coming there, and it was just like all the kids were just, they were young people, but it was like Woodstock all over again. They were dressed like it was 1969, or something, and
yeah,
it was wild.
I remember seeing him in old Giant Stadium, Dylan and the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one where that guy got killed. And,
oh, dang.
Something with the altercation with the police. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing none of that.
Oh, this is a Dead show. You probably don't remember much, did you?
Probably not. I mean,
I was fine.
where am I? I have no clue.
That Joe Holmes played with David Lee Roth and Lizzie Borden.
There you go.
Awesome.
There you go. Amazing resume. Wow. That's
I'm not
crazy.
I can't say I've heard that name before. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I haven't either, but if you're gonna play with some music, some acts, there you go. I mean,
Jeez.
man, that's crazy. Hell, can you imagine getting a call to go play for some big name? Hey, man, are you available for this tour? Huh? You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be this much money and blah 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 blah. Yeah, man. You know, I look back on things, man, now that I've gotten older, and it was always my dream when I was younger. You know, I want to be in a band, and I want to do this, I want to do that, and this and that. Man, you look at those guys now, all of them are about broke. Nobody knows who they are anymore. It's like, man, and it's like they just got regular jobs.
And that's the people that made through it.
Exactly.
Ozzy didn't make it through.
That's true. That's a good point. That is a very good point.
I was watching Sebastian Bach. I don't know how old. I was watching him on YouTube the other day. And
He's looking rough, man. He's looking rough.
yeah,
Instagram.
he doesn't have the voice he used to have, but
Well, that's to be expected, if you ask me.
he's not the worst one out there
No.
either.
No.
But I wish he was back with because the other guys are playing too. I think I wish they'd get together.
That's what I've always wanted. I was like, what is the deal, man? And it's got to be over money. It's got to be over money. I mean,
I want to see Vito.
Egos, money.
I wish Vito Bratta never left. And
oh man, he was one of my favorite guitar players.
Yeah.
what could he be, man?
You know, did you ever hear that interview Eddie Trunk did with him a few years back, where Vito kind of come out of hiding and did that one interview with Eddie, and then he's gone again. And but
He's so good.
yeah, it was very interesting. And he just apparently, from what I gathered, my 2 cents, he didn't want nothing else to do with the music industry. He just said he had enough. Plus, his father got really sick.
Yeah.
At the end of their last album, he went to go take care of his dad. I think his father had cancer. He fought a long battle with cancer, I believe, and so Vito, he gave it all up to help his family, which I think was very honorable. But also, I think he was just sick of that life of being on the road, and it just, I guess he just decided he didn't want to do it no more.
Yeah, the practice time he had to put in, he said, was a lot.
Oh my God!
To maintain that.
And it's funny because when Eddie Trunk took some calls on that podcast, everybody that called in said, "Vito, man, please put something out, put an album out, do something." And he was very humble, but he was like, "Nah, man."
He said he can't play it no more, right?
He said something like something's up with his hands or something. He's got, I don't know if he has some kind of condition or, I don't know.
So good.
I don't know. Oh God, yeah, he was incredible. That was one band I wanted to see live, and I never could. I always loved them, man, and watch him play, man. God, they had some killer songs, man. I always loved that. I always loved that group. They were one of my favorite groups. Almost a flash in the pan, they were. Just about, but
I think the singer's still going.
Mike Tramp, yeah, he kind of does his own thing. He's got an acoustic guitar, and he goes to these little venues, and he plays all those hits. But he's got an acoustic, and it's just like, I mean, When the Children Cry is the one thing that sounds okay on that, but it's like, how do you do Little Fighter and all that on an acoustic? I mean, it's just, it doesn't do it justice, man.
No.
I mean, he's done reincarnations of that stuff, but it's just not the same without Vito, man. But I don't know. Just my opinion.
The guy I like that the guy I like on his own is Tom Kiefer.
Yes.
Cinderella, yeah.
I like him by
Voice of Cinderella, yeah.
He lost his voice completely, retaught himself.
Yeah.
Now he's got like an album out. I just like he's still got that bluesy.
Yeah, I've always
really
loved his voice.
He's a good guitar player too.
He's excellent. Yeah, he Cinderella, another band I really liked in the 80s. I try to cover one of their songs, Somebody Save Me. I always loved that song. And great album. That first album. What was that triple bill I seen? No, they weren't. It was I was in high school. I was a senior. Let's see.
Night Songs? Wasn't that?
Oh, that was the first album.
was the
Yeah,
album,
but
yeah.
the triple bill I saw at the concert was
Oh,
it was Great White, Kicks, and Rat. Yeah, that was the three, and it was that was a great show, man. 3 headline bands on at one show, and I was like, damn. But they always had to rotate who was going to open, I guess. You know, it was really cool. Martin, what is going on, man? How are you doing, sir? Thank you for being
Martin.
here. Thanks for being here. R2, R3, Locking the chimes in. He says, Tom Kiefer is a great musician. Yes. Yeah, didn't he have, what was it, Larry? Didn't he have some kind of, something on his throat? Had to have a surgery? And I think because he sang so much, he, like, wore his vocal cord out, or there was something on his vocal cord or something?
there's something. I don't know. I have to look at it. I just know something affected his voice. It was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, because he couldn't sing no more, and he
No.
come back from it. I was like, wow, damn.
He's
That's
doing pretty-
incredible, man.
Given his age and and how he sings, he's not.
He's
that bad.
I know we all don't look like we did 30-something years ago. I mean, like we was talking about Sebastian Bach and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a little gut on him, and hell, so do I. I can't say nothing. But Tom Kiefer is one of those, to me, he still looks the same like he did back then. I was like,
Pretty
wow,
much,
man,
yeah.
he's really taking care of himself. Let's see. Martin chimes in. He says, I seen Extreme live last week. Nuno
Ooh.
killed it. Oh, man.
Always
Extreme.
does. Everything I
Yeah.
see Nuno does, he just destroys it.
Oh, man, you talk about... Man, I was watching an interview with him a couple of weeks ago. Somebody was doing a podcast, and they was interviewing Nuno. Now, you got to understand, all these people that's interviewing these bands that we loved growing up, the people that are interviewing it, they're all young people. You know, they don't know the history that what we've been through. Like we were just talking about all the concerts and stuff, you know? So all these people are, half of them don't know their music. They don't know nothing about new. So the guy was like, hey, we see your last album is doing really well, and there's a few clips of you on social media that's just blowing up. Got millions of views. And Nuno's like, dude, I've been doing this for 30-something years. I mean, where have you weren't even alive, So it's like the guy tries to act like he knows a lot about it when the guy really don't know the history.
Yeah.
He don't know. But, I mean, he's just doing his job. But it's just it makes me feel so old. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, what do you mean? What do you...
I mean, I was a 90s person, but I still remember Porno Graffiti and
Oh, yeah.
Extreme Three Sides.
Oh, yeah.
So I still caught all that,
3 Sides to Every Story. That's a great album.
It
I
is.
used to listen to the heck of that album.
Anybody listen to? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, no. I was just saying that I was trying to think, what was that one song I really like? Gary Sharon I love him in Extreme. I just didn't care for him in Van Halen.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Larry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. What
No,
was
I
you
was
gonna say?
gonna say, anyone listen to Andy Timmons?
He's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's incredible.
He's
man.
awesome. He's a guitar player. He's a guitar player.
Yeah, he's. I looked up his signature model. It's an Ibanez, I believe, and it wasn't that long ago. Man, it's expensive, and it looks just like a basic Strat Ibanez. It doesn't it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles to me. I mean, I don't know, but
Who else has
but
it?
His signature overdrive pedal is really good too.
and what is it?
That's a JHS, right?
That's a great point, y'all. But
It's got
also,
overdrive and a boost.
He's out of Danger.
right. But doesn't he also have that delay pedal? Is that his delay pedal that's out now and it's getting a lot of rave
got-
reviews?
He's got new stuff.
Like a Halo delay or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ain't that an Amy? Yeah.
Andy Timmons.
Andy Timmons' signature pedal, I think.
I think so.
I saw, what's his name? Tim Pierce do a review on it. And Tim Pierce is incredible too, man. I like to watch some. And sometimes I have to quit watching it because I get so jealous because he just plays like it's nothing. And Tim Pierce, that is. And when he does something, he'll do a fast run. He's real melodic. Then he goes, and he hits a smile on his face like, don't you wish you could do that shit? He's just got that look on his face. And I'm like, you son of a I'm like, come on, man. You know, he blazes up that, and he's got that look. But I love to just hang out with him and just ask him all kind of questions. Tim Pierce, that is. You know, he used to be Rick Springfield's guitar player in Rick Springfield's early career, and he went on 3 world tours with Rick Springfield. I can't even say that, Rick Springfield, and they asked him to do another tour, and he said, "Nah, man, I don't want to do no more tours." So he gave it up to be a session musician, studio musician. I mean, yeah. Ain't that something? That's crazy.
If you're that good, I understand.
So
I wish I was sitting inside to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
tour and stuff, and just show up, play your stuff, and just take
That's
off.
what he said. He said he liked to just go to the studio. And you, of course, all that now is kind of a thing of the past. I mean, if they do any work, it's from home, and they just send files back and forth. But the demand for that is pretty much gone. That's what's another thing that blows my mind. Have you seen the documentary? Was it Sound City by Dave Grohl? Any of y'all?
No, I need to though.
Y'all haven't seen Larry? Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my God, dude! Damn,
I saw a good one called Hired Gun, where it's.
Oh yeah, I bought that one. That's an
musicians.
excellent. That's an excellent movie, man. Yeah, that's an excellent movie. But yeah, Sound City, man. It's free to watch on YouTube. I mean, for the longest time, you had to either rent it or buy it, but now you can watch it free. But that is an excellent movie, man. God,
I'll check that out.
It's an amazing, amazing movie. Incredible. I won't say nothing about it since y'all hadn't seen it, but there we go. Jim Guidry chiming in, backing me up. He says, Sound City is killer. Yeah, that's an awesome movie, man. I was kind of like, okay, look, I'm just going to be honest. I never was a great Nirvana fan. I never,
How dare you?
Huge respect to them for what they did. Them and those other grunge guys, they changed history. Okay, I give them that, but that's as far as I go with it. I just, but it was like Sound City by Dave Grohl. I was like, ain't that the drummer for Nirvana, man? I was like, what movie is he doing? Well, I put my foot in my mouth because it's a killer movie.
Yeah.
And,
That pedal's a Keeley Halo, dual echo.
Oh, Halo. Okay.
$299.
Woof.
Wow, yeah.
Sorry. That was a little judgy sounding, wasn't it?
Well, even the Andy Timmons, what do they call it? The JHS one is $249.
Yeah, that's high, man.
But they're gonna be good.
But I will say, as far as the overdrive, that's the ones I've tried. That pedal is the closest I've ever used. It sounded like amp distortion, like genuine amp distortion. Usually pedals are kind of thin sounding. Especially us, we grew up with DOD pedals and stuff like that.
Oh God,
but,
yeah. Talk about the 90s.
It's good.
Man.
It sounds like you're playing through.
Which one is that again? I'm sorry. Which one is that you talking about?
The JHS overdrive, and it's got a boost too. So I mean, it's kind of like a two channel.
2-in-1.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Awesome. That's
Oh,
awesome.
and speaking of pedals, you were talking about the Boss Feedbacker.
Yes.
Last time.
Yes.
So they're Digitech, which I didn't even know they were still around, but
damn, I didn't
Digitech,
either.
Yeah, Digitech makes one called a Freakout, and you can like select feedback, and it can be a third or a fifth or an octave.
Dang.
And
Okay.
Cool. It is cool.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to do that with the Boss one too, but it's I need to look into that. But yeah, I got that. The pedal. It was in decent condition when I got it off Reverb, but it's just old, and when you try to put a 9-volt battery in the compartment, it won't work. So it has to run off 12-volt. I mean the 9-volt power supply from the pedal board. It works then, but from a battery, it won't work. Martin Hensley, is that correct? He says I use the more Ocean Machine delay and reverb. It's a Devin Townsend pedal. That's interesting.
Oh, Devin Townsend's bad.
Yeah, man. Let's see. He says, what is this here?
Like the OCD?
Front of my amps. I love it. Okay, all right.
He likes to goose his. So I use overdrive. I use
I see.
an MXR
Okay.
Timmy, and it's a nice overdrive if you have a dirty amp and you just want to boost it a little bit. I like that a lot.
Oh, okay. There we go. I see what you're saying. Richard Stewart, what is going on, man? How are you doing? I went to school with him. What's up, man? How are you doing? Thanks for being here, man. Off of Facebook, Richard Stewart. Thank you, man. R2, R3 Locking Nut says he loves Devin Townsend. Awesome. Richard Stewart says, what's up, man? Yeah, we're just trying to do a show here, man, with my friends Larry and Andrew here, talking about some guitar stuff and music and whatever else people want to talk about.
I'm trying to look at all them guitars that Larry's got back there. Looks like a Jackson.
Yeah, I think that's a Jackson, and I don't know what else.
We'll talk about him while he's gone.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Oh, man.
Oh, he left his headphones on. He heard
it. Richard Stewart wants to know if anybody's going to jam while we're on here. Well, I wasn't planning on it. We were just going to chit-chat and talk, really.
I'm down for it if Joe wants to. I don't have the equipment to do it.
Oh, man. I was playing the Peavey Wolfgang earlier just because I replaced the switch in it. Oh, damn. Wait a minute. Let me present you, man. I think I used to have that pedal.
It's heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a relic.
That's the stereo flanger. I never had that one. Wow, that's old school. He went and dug that out.
I got more.
Look at this.
I got one in the box.
What?
Wow,
stereo chorus, the Icebox. Oh, I remember that.
My first pedal was a DoD Metal Maniac. It was like highlighter yellow, but we didn't. In Lancaster we didn't have a music store, so I had to get everything from the pawn shop. I had one of those.
I had that pedal, man. I had that. Yeah, it could be a wah or a volume, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that. Oh, I have not seen that in 30 years. I don't know what happened to mine.
Oh, I got more. Jeez.
Oh, look at there. That's a nice EQ. Wow. There you go.
Larry's sitting on a gold mine.
Larry got all kind of classic DoD
pedal. I feel bad now. I threw everything away.
Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yeah, I got the stereo chorus Rockman and the what the hell is the other Rockman I got?
That's an interesting box there.
Sustainer, Rockman Sustainer. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
You gotta build a retro pedal board, Larry.
Man, he's got all kind of cool stuff, man.
I should see if they work. I wonder, they're probably all...
I can't remember what DO... I had one, what was it, some kind of like heavy metal pedal or something? I can't remember.
I had a purple one that was super American metal.
I think mine was purple, too.
I like that flanger, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that flanger.
Yeah, the flangers are fun to mess with.
Flangers.
The OCD pedal... fattens up the tone, Martin says. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, those are good overdrives.
This isn't a Jackson. It's close.
Oh, it's nice though.
It's a cheap. Well, it was
Charvet.
Charvet.
Oh, damn! I've never seen that.
When I got my first guitar, I had a choice between one of those and I got a Lion by Washburn, and the Lion was a little more regular Strat looking, and I got that one, but it was between those two at a pawn shop in Surfside Beach.
For real?
For real.
How does that thing play? Is that got a locking nut or no?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, is it behind the nut?
No, it's normal. Like it's it's behind. Yeah.
So you got to play.
I put the skull tuners on.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
These are old now, but I put them on, and then I switched out the pickup here. I still have the original pickup, which but I put in that's a Fender lace sensor. Yeah. An old one.
Yeah, it is.
That's how old. Because this came, I bought this in, late 80s or early 90s.
I've never seen a Charvet. I've never seen one of them. I didn't know they existed.
They're a cheap Charvel. They're like $300.
Right, yeah. Kind of like a Squire, I guess. Do what, Andrew?
Joe, you need to make a show with Larry just called Larry's Retro Gear, and we can all just get all of everything he's got.
We could just sit back and let him just go ahead and take over, and You want to start now? I'll go ahead and present you. I'll just sit,
I had that.
I'll sit here and watch it. Hell, I love that.
I'm running out of stuff.
Aw.
Most of my stuff's newer.
Yeah, Martin says. He says. Martin says.
He hasn't seen one in
American Picker.
American Picker. There we go. Yeah.
Oh no.
Martin says he hadn't seen one of those in years, Larry. I did not. That's when he said it's sharp. I was like, is this a joke? I didn't know. I never heard of that in my life. That's wow. Because when I said, does that say Chevette? That's what I thought it said. I was like, did somebody make that and put Chevette on it? I couldn't tell until he got it close to the camera. Wow.
I know they came in a red and black crackle and like that mustard or that yellow color.
It looks cool though.
Mm-hmm.
It looks cool.
I agree.
I
agree.
I mean the trem is, you know.
Right.
It's very noisy.
Oh, okay.
What does it say on it? If I can't even really read it, honestly. It's printed pretty small.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Martin says that's a cool color. I agree. I think it's a cool color as well. I like the crackle. I haven't seen a crackle design in years.
They're coming back. I know some of the Jackson Rhodes V's have them, and like some of the solos, real? Yeah, some of the soloists have like a crackle finish option.
Does that have fine tuners on it? I think it does.
Yeah, it says okay. MFG Floyd Rose Patents is what it says on it. So.
Oh, okay.
It's, you know.
MFG, mother effing guitar. No, I'm just kidding. Richard, he says he's got to go watch some football. Thank you, Richard, man. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, man. It's good to see you. Hope you and your family are doing well, man. Thank you for saying hello to everybody, man. It's awesome. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. I had a I don't know if anybody remembers this. I had a guitar and it had a GTX on the headstock, and it was black with the crackle, had the white crackle, and I think I gave that to Ralph years ago. And then I had another GTX that was it was black and it had like this hot pink color in the middle, and I took that and had it painted like Eddie's Stripe guitar. I took it to a music store in Spartanburg, and what was that store called? Man, not Ames Music. That was off in Gaffney. Anyway, it was. I took it there and had it painted, and my son has it. He's got it.
My second guitar was a Peavey Mystic. Do y'all remember those? It was like this. Y'all have to Google that. It is.
That name sounds familiar.
It is the most metal guitar you can ever have. It had the real wide. It was almost like a Dean ML, but like if you curved all the stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
It's funny how guitars were back then, man. Back in the day, it was just like, but we didn't. I mean, that was what you had to choose from.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I didn't have a music store, so because I mean we were. I guess the closest music store I had was in Rock Hill, which is Tillman's, and they had guitars, but they did mostly like marching band stuff. So you would have to plan.
We got some of those around here. I'm like, let me go check it. And it's like I don't want to. What the hell? I don't want a violin.
So going to Sam Ash or Mars or something like that, that was had to get a whole bunch of people together, and that was like a whole day.
It's like, you had to go, man. Or Reliable. We talked about Reliable last week. Did you ever go to Reliable in Charlotte? I mean, did you ever?
I vaguely remember it, but it was there. But we always just went really close to Mars because I mean, it was right off of 77.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, but yeah, I remember Mars. That was and I remember that candy bar too. Anybody remembers the Mars candy bar? It was. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I do remember it for some reason. Let's see.
Yeah, he says he's got a soloist. Yeah.
Black and gold.
Black and gold.
Okay.
Better than that.
Cool.
It's better than that thing. That thing's heavy. It's really heavy.
Oh, man. That's awesome. We were, speaking of all these guitars and stuff, I was, Larry and I talked about this the other weekend. We were talking about, Effutone. He makes a lot of replacement parts for like your trim system and your Floyd Rose and all this stuff. Well, they have a lot of things on the site, fu-tone.com. But they also are selling guitars now, and the guitars, I looked them up, and they are awesome. So I'm going to share the screen right here and let everybody see this, and because I had one picked out, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't do nothing.
Surprised you're not picking it up off the floor right now.
Yeah, 73.
Yeah.
Is that where it's 73, Larry? Is that where we're at?
No.
Ish.
Let's see here. Let's see if we can play some of this here. And
They have like a build your own trim system too.
They
like
do.
colors and everything like that.
They do. Yeah. Let's
Very
see what
Guitar World, because usually I'm reviewing just one guitar, but today I'm reviewing 8 guitars. It's part of a brand new launch from FU Tone. These are the FU Pro guitars from FU Tone, and they're incredible. So much fun to play.
I love
and
the
I'll tell you
colors.
all about it. So let's dig in and check it out.
I like
That,
it. Those head stop.
Yeah. That purple one he's holding is the one I want.
So what makes these FU Pro guitars so exciting? Well, for one, FU Tone is well known for making hardware upgrades in case you want to take your guitar to the next level of playing when it comes to setup, sound, and feel. But what they did this time around, FU Tone decided to launch their own line of guitars where all these premium hardware upgrades are installed. So what you get is a guitar with everything baked in, and it sounds great. What I love about these brand new FU Pro guitars is that they take the concept of a Super Strat and turned it into a next level Super Strat. So with that, let me talk about.
And these guitars are fully loaded too. I mean, they are. Everything is just awesome. I don't want to play.
It
the
looked
whole
like you had a
thing,
kill
but-
switch on that one too, didn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's got a kill switch. It's got
D-tuner,
everything is
no
just
tone knob.
everything is there, and it's like what, Larry? We looked them up the other week, and they go for like what, $13.75 or something.
It's not bad.
Yeah, they're not bad for.
I mean, it's not bad at all, man. And some of these other guitars that I see for sale are going for like, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. FU Tone's got these hot rodded axe slingers, man, for $1,400, man, and you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
I like the headstock.
Yeah, I do too. It reminds me like a Charvel kind of deal. Is what it reminds me.
I don't know if you've ever seen that iconic one. It's almost like that too. The ones they make in California.
Yeah.
Kind of like that's got the hook on it instead of a round fender one.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Me, I don't want all the switches though.
Yeah, I think that's
That's what I'm
for
saying. I
the,
don't like the switch.
I was kind of looking forward to the push-pull, but I
Yeah.
think the switches are for that, right? For the coil split,
Yeah.
I guess.
And I'm
Yeah.
guessing since they don't have a tone pot, then you can't split both of them. You could only split one of them, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's why there's 2 switches instead.
Might be. That's
I'd
that's
rather
a great point.
I'd rather a selector for the like a 5-way coil split
Yeah.
than the. I don't know. It's just too many. It steals from the looks of it a little bit.
It does a
Yeah.
little, but for the price, I could live with it.
The price is great. The price
I was
is
like, hey man, I'll take the switches. That's fine. It's just because I know that thing's going to play like a monster, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Man, holy crap! But I was wanting to say too. I was telling Andrew and Larry before we went live. If people have watched this channel, I was talking about the Peavey Wolfgang special on our last show, and how I was like, what is wrong with this guitar, man? It's it was working before, now it's not. So what I did is I ordered a pre-wired 3-way selector switch from eBay from this seller earlier in the week, and it came today, and I wired it up, and boom, she's back in business now. So yeah, that's
You called it.
hot rodded, man, and I knew it, man, when I got it hooked back up and I strummed the chord. I said, "Yep, there we go. That's how it's supposed to be. It's nice and strong." And
Yeah, I'm glad you got it sorted out and didn't have to take it to
man.
Guitar Center. Who
Yeah,
knows
me
what
boy.
happened to it then?
The pre-wired switch cost me like it's a switchcraft. It's a switchcraft. That's something I always look forward when I look for replacement stuff like that. Switchcraft is my go-to thing. But it was and like I said, the guy, he pre-wired it for me, so it was like $50. I'm like, okay, that works for me, man. You know, so that was awesome. So I went ahead and sir.
Didn't that FU tone Floyd have like doesn't it come with like a 42 millimeter block on it too?
I think so. Yeah.
It had it's really dialed
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
The-
It's got the
the
big brass
Gotos-
block on it.
The Gotos are 40, aren't they? I think I got my plate on mine. Speaking of which,
Might be
Wow.
4. Yeah,
my,
might,
my
Look
PE.
at here. See, Andrew and I. Let me present you, man, because we got the same. We got the same guitar, except his is all original. I had
No, well, I mean, so I did the. Hold on, I'm new at this, but
That's
I did
all right.
I did the Goto,
yeah,
and
there you
I mean,
go.
like I said, it's banging, man. I
Yeah,
really
it's
can't ask for
beautiful.
anything else. Like the thumb screws
Yeah.
for the microtip, they're just heavy duty. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
I really can't say enough good things about it.
yeah, it's
And like I changed this as well. I didn't know if you had done that, but I changed my locking nut, and it actually came with shims and everything. So if it didn't switch back, I could have put it had brass shims up underneath it that I could have used, which I still have.
oh,
So if you
wow.
need any parts, Joe, let me know. And then
Cool,
I got
man.
the stainless steel screws, locking screws.
Yeah, I got
as
some
you
of
told.
those. Yeah,
I
they're
like the headstock on that.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
it
I
too.
love the Peaveys, man. They I've got a few of them, and this one I'm just glad I got. Andrew and I have the same color of that guitar, and it's I was just glad to get it back in working condition, man, because I was like, man, that thing plays so good, man. See, when I got mine, somebody took the original Peavey trim off of it, and they put an actual upgraded Floyd Rose on it. So the Floyd is fine, but they took the original pickups out, and they put a Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge and a Jazz in the neck. It sounded like crap, and so I took those out and put a Seymour Duncan in the neck and an EVH in the bridge, and yeah, that sucker screams now, boy. And I was like,
Yeah,
I
I didn't-
knew it, man.
I mean, you put Duncans in anything, it's going to sound pretty
Yeah.
much the same, you know.
Who's making that new Van Halen pickup?
Oh, we're gonna talk about that next, sir.
Good segue.
Yeah.
Good segue.
Yeah, we I'd seen that earlier in the week, and then Larry sent me he sent me a text. He's like, have you seen this? And I was like, yeah, man. So let's see if we can pull it up right now. I thought this was very interesting. Let's see. Let's see here. Kramer's Eruption Humbucker aims to bottle Eddie Van Halen's iconic 80s guitar tone with the help of his former luthier Jim DeCola.
Huh, I haven't even heard this.
Yeah, let's see.
It's Gibson, right?
Yeah, this is Seymour Duncan.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, it's-
well, yeah, Gibson, yeah.
Oh,
Now another iconic tone has been added in the form of the Kramer Eruption pickup, a unit that aims to channel the high output sound of Eddie Van Halen's 80s instruments. It's not an official endorsement, so the firm is specific about the model it's based on. However, given the Eruption tag, it's probably safe to assume it's based on the Gibson PAF-like humbucker found in Van Halen's Frankenstein guitar, or perhaps the latest Seymour Duncan swap. The pickup does have some serious Van Halen credentials. However, having been designed with Jim DeCola in a past life, Gibson's master luthier worked directly with Eddie Van Halen on the development of his Peavey Wolfgang signature guitar. So we'd wager DeCola will have brought some considerable insight to the table. So yeah, that's wild, because my in my builds back here, the pickups I got were Seymour Duncan, but they were 78 EVH pickups, and they were like almost $200 just for one. But it puts you in that realm of the 78 album, and it sounds incredible, actually. Let's see what we got here.
You want me to make you sick, Joe? That was the year I was born.
What, 78? Yeah. Oh no, that's cool, man. Yeah.
And it was weird. I mean, like I said, I got into rock and stuff like that in high school, but I was probably a junior or sophomore before I heard Eruption. And I mean, wow. I mean, I just like everything that I had known about guitar just went out the window, and I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And then somebody told me how old it was, and I'm like, this sounds like it was recorded
Hey, don't feel
5
bad,
years
brother.
in the future.
Don't feel bad. I didn't hear that stuff till I was in high school too, because I just let's see, 86. I got my first guitar Christmas Eve of 86. So it was, if you back up in the summer of 86, that's when I heard 5150, the first Van Hagar album, and that's what really got me into Van Halen. I was like, oh, I know who Sammy Hagar is. It's that guy, the guy that sings "Can't Drive 55," But of course, I knew about Van Halen, but I wasn't really into them. And then 5150 come out, and I heard that "Hello, Babe," and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And had me then. So I went back and got all the Van Halen cassette albums, and of course I got 5150, and then when I decided to go back to get my first Roth era Van Halen album, it was the very first one, and that's when I heard the Eruptions. I was like, what the hell is this? So I was just like you. I didn't hear it until I was like 16,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm right there with you. Let's see, Jim DeCola designed the Peavey Wolfgang guitar with Eddie after he left Ernie Ball, R2 says. That's interesting, man. Yeah, all them little details about that stuff, I have no idea. Man. Martin says he has a custom Frankie in my black Frankie. I cannot read these letters are so small, these words. I'm trying to read them.
He said, I have a custom Frankie in my black Frankie, guys, made by Seymour Duncan, and it sounds great.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to read it, and some of these things I just can't read. I feel like an idiot.
So he has a custom Frankie in his black Frankie.
Awesome, man. That's awesome.
A lot of Frankies.
Yeah. Say Frank.
Is that like the new non-stripe one? I wonder.
I'm guessing.
The black ones?
I guess. I don't know. I was kind of like, when those came out, I was kind of like, what are they doing here? But it is what it is, man. Everybody's got a thing, So I gotta plug up my computer. Or we're gonna
The big thing out right now is that Jakey Lee amp is making the rounds on the channels.
The Friedman?
Really?
Yeah.
Peter, the Friedman, Jakey Lee, it's red.
I didn't even know that was out. Okay.
Pete
Everything
Thorne
I've
did a video.
Everything I've seen, people love them, and they sound good. I mean, from what I've seen on YouTube.
I've
Yeah,
never
sounds
played to
like
a Friedman.
Jake. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never played to a Friedman amp. I never have. Wow.
And then Pete Thorne was playing the Jakey Lee guitar through that amp, and it sounds like Jakey Lee. It's crazy
That's crazy, isn't it?
how
Man.
well they did it.
Have y'all played through a Friedman amp at all? Any of y'all?
I have not. Well, I played through one of the minis, which actually sounds really good.
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
But we had a couple of minis, like the different ones come in when used for Guitar Center when I worked there. So it was a Friedman one, a Wagner one, and I can't remember the other one.
Remember those little Soldano
Oh, it was a
minis?
Soldano. Yeah, it was one
Yeah.
of those.
I
But
wonder
they were
what-
all like mini solid states, and they all sound amazing.
Really?
Yeah, they
Dang,
sound
man.
amazing.
I was always wondering about this Soldano. I was like, I think I like to have it just to have it, but I never pulled the trigger on it. I think it was like what $100-something. I can't remember.
Yeah, like 150 or something like that.
Something
I
like
think
that.
they're all dirty, but I mean, if you play dirty all the time, that's fine. But and they have to be loud to sound good, but they sound good.
That's very interesting, man. Martin says his is a custom. It's a custom pickup by Seymour Duncan Custom Shop.
Oh wow, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, there we go. I think that's what I got in mine. That 78. It's it's a custom thing. Yeah, that's I found them on Reverb. Yeah, and the first one I put one in was the black and yellow, and I was like, damn, that sounds good, man. And so when I built the next one, I ordered another one of those, and had it put in there. I was like, dang, man, they sound good. They sound really good.
What's your thoughts on active pickups? I went through a phase in with Metallica and stuff like that, and everybody wanted to sound like Metallica, and I loved them and used only them and I would swap out everything I had with the MGs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there just came to a point where I guess I hadn't played a passive pickup in a long time, and I played one, and I'm like, I've been missing out. It's just.
Now you're gonna have to remind me which is the one that takes the battery. What do you call
That's
that?
an active pickup. So
Okay, that's
EMGs. I think the Fishmans do now,
Okay.
and Duncan's got the blackout. I think.
Something has 2 batteries now.
Yeah.
Something out there has 2 9-volts now.
I have
Oh,
one.
Might be Fishman.
The Fishman has like if it's a Strat, they have a pick guard that's a battery, and you can actually charge that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Now that Schecter I had last week, that's active.
Okay.
I left it plugged in and the battery died today.
Oh crap! That's right. I heard if you leave your guitar cable plugged in, it'll drain it. That's right. I have one guitar that takes a battery for the pickup, and it's my my Lynch LTD, and it takes a battery.
LTD makes sense.
Yeah, and it but I want to tell you what, man, that guitar, that pickup, brother, is the hottest pickup I have out of all my guitars. That I was like, well, this EVH is pretty right there on with it too, but man, that pickup is so. Yeah, that's you asked me what I thought. The only experience I have is that one, and I've played that guitar just a handful of times. I never really messed with them because, just like what Larry said, I've always heard if you forget to unplug your cable or something, it'll go dead. And I was like, my God, what if you were playing live and that happened? What would you do? So I've stayed away from them.
Mm-hmm.
The Schecter dies, but it'll keep playing. You lose tone.
I was going to say, don't your tone diminish or something?
You're just playing, and you're like, oh, this sounds so bad. What happened?
What happened, man?
But on my LTD, if the battery dies, the guitar dies.
Fire that sound, man.
You're poor. We don't have sound, man.
Yeah.
We don't have a sound man. Oh, we don't? Oh. No, but but that's interesting. But yeah, that one, man, it plays great. I was like, damn. I need to get that guitar out and play it, give it some playtime. But man, yeah, it sounds great.
I think I prefer passive to not worry about, but if it comes with it, comes with it. I don't really have a preference, but
right.
I like everything for the most part.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's I would rather just have the passive. That's just what I'm used to. But
yeah,
I just feel like the passive ones have a little more depth to them. To me, the active has got a very scoop sound. Like there's not many mids in it, which sounds really good if you get your headphones on and you're chugging along. But in a band setting, that doesn't go. It doesn't cut through very well.
Right.
Just because your lows are taken up by your bass and the highs are taken up by hi-hats and stuff like that. So you need some mid to get in there. So you could probably EQ it out, but that's just my experience with them.
Yeah. Martin says, I think he says, I don't like active pickups, passive all the way, guys.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like I said, I went through a phase when I was younger, but once
Right.
Once I switched back, and now I'm like Larry. I mean, if it's got it in there, I'm not going to go through the trouble to take it out and change anything.
Yeah.
But I just tend to prefer passive pickups.
I do think it's cool that, like you said, on some of the ESP guitars and all, if you want to change out the pickups, you can just go click, click, and just take them right out and change them. And it's a solderless system, I believe, something like that. And I think that's pretty cool. That's like, man, you can just change pickups really easy.
Just drop them in there.
It's like, damn, I was like, why don't they make all guitars like that? Damn. But
R2 says he has three guitars with EMGs. He played them all today.
Oh,
you have to be in the mood. Yeah, you got it. That's true. You just
I agree with that.
Yeah.
They're great when you wanna play them. They're great. I have 3 with EMGs.
Okay.
I have 3 with EMGs as well.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's
They're
awesome.
heavy. They're heavy, right? If you want to throw on a Metallica type thing.
Yeah, they're really good for
Jug.
high gain stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why mine is the pickup so hot. I was like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love a hot rodded pickup, man. Damn, because it's just easier to get your harmonics, and especially tapped harmonics. No, it's just easier to do that, and have a good neck, his tall frets. That helps too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, like Zach Wild, he's the king of the squeal, and I mean he uses them, So I mean they work.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Well, Metallica's all Gibson now, right? So, what are their pickups now?
I don't even know what they are now.
That's great. That's a great point, man. I don't know.
I think they're with Gibson now. Those guys.
Probably.
I think they are. I should know. I've been watching all the new tour video coming out.
Yeah, that's the band I've seen the most live. I've seen them 5 times. And I mean,
really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Dang.
they were my second show. My first show was the Spin Doctors at Carowinds. I saw them at Carowinds.
There you go.
And
always like
so that was super early. But then my second show was Metallica, and then I was like, yeah, this is what it's about. So I saw them then. That was Black Album. And then I saw them again when they released the live box set, and then Load, Reload, and then Saint Anger. Which was okay. I mean, everybody has their own feelings about that, but the show itself was okay. And then I saw them the last time in Charlotte behind whatever album. I'm a terrible fan, but whatever album had the coffin on it, Death Magnetic. And that was a really good show.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good show.
I've never seen them live. I just never was into them. I mean, they're amazing musicians and everything they've done. It's I just remember. I remember when I heard them for the first time. It was one of their I guess master puppets, and a guy in our neighborhood. He had, he had dual deck jam boxes back then. You can make copies of tapes, right? And he gave it to my buddy Ralph, and then my buddy Ralph said, "You need to listen to this, man. This is the new thing." And I said, "What is it?" He said, "Metallica." I said, "Who is that?" He goes, "You just got to check it out." So I listened to it, and I was intrigued by it. I mean, I was like, "Man, that's different. That sounds crazy," But then I don't know, man. It just never. I just couldn't get on board with it. I don't know. I mean, it's not that I hate it. It's just not for me.
I like the new.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was gonna say, I like the
different moods.
I like the new stage. It's round, and they got 4 drum sets on it.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they can go around.
Yeah.
And microphones all over the place, and they're right in the middle of the arenas.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
It's like a donut in the middle of the arenas.
Yeah.
And James always there's a lot of video of him coming down the steps.
Yeah.
And he's got a little desk there, and he
Smoked
smokes
a
a
cigar.
cigar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his guitar guy is just standing there holding his guitar for like 10 minutes like this.
He's like,
just
"Come on,
hold-
dude. This thing's getting heavy."
He doesn't even put it down. He just stands there and he holds it up. These big heavy Gibsons.
God almighty, man.
The guy's gonna have one strong arm at the end of the tour.
Yeah. Ooh. Man. Yeah. And that,
I mean, I liked them. They were a big but I have to take them in waves too. Like you said, Joe. I mean, they're just different. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you listen to Van Halen and you listen to, you know, Poison and stuff like that. It's all feel good kind of stuff. It's all party music. I want to, you know, hype you up and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Whereas,
yeah.
whereas Metallica would do that, but Metallica's a lot more serious. And sometimes I don't want serious. You know, sometimes I just want to listen to good
I like
times.
the Old
Right.
Testament too. Back in the day, you ever
Mhm.
Original Testament?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were.
That was
Alex
Scolding,
Skolnick.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they were good, man.
Man, wow.
That's the heavy stuff. I saw Overkill in as well.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day,
Man.
in a little club.
I remember them. I remember their name. Or their it was like in green letters or something. Said Overkill, and I was like, who in the world is that? And yeah,
All those heavy guys. Sepultura.
never got into that stuff neither. But yeah, but it's I mean, but it's different. I mean, you know, it's just everybody's taste is everybody's taste. You know.
Yeah, it could be country one day, and the next day you got Testament.
That's how I am. That is how I am. I mean, there were some days. Just about everything I listen to has a guitar in it, though. I usually don't go for much pop or R&B and stuff like that. But,
No, me neither. Me neither. No.
But I do. There's some days where I'm just like, I gotta listen to some Brad Paisley or something because he'll tear it up too. He just doesn't have distortion. He is amazing.
Awesome. He's awesome now. I mean, I've looked him up on YouTube. My son brought this to my attention quite some years back. He goes, Dad, you know who Brad Paisley is? I was like, yeah, the country dude. He goes, yeah, you need to watch him play Hot for Teacher. And I said, Hot for Teacher? And he says, yeah, watch it. And I said, okay. It was badass. But I was like, there you go, man. Damn. You know, so it was awesome. But every time I get in my wife's car, the radio is always on a country station. Every time. And I go, click. I'm like, I do not want to hear that shit.
The new stuff's trash. That's just my opinion. I don't want to make it bad. The new stuff's bad.
You say what you want on here. You say what you want, you know. But no, I'm like, dude, I can't listen to that. I'm like, But
Martin says if it wasn't for Dave Mustaine, there would be no Metallica.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he like the first guitar player with them, and then some kind of falling out happened or something? And then he went ahead and created Megadeth or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the
Yeah,
history.
they said he like drank too much or something, which they all drank a lot. I don't know, but
Imagine that.
I mean,
Too much for them.
yeah, it would be weird to think about him and Metallica, but I mean,
Yeah.
we wouldn't get Countdown to Extinction or Rust in Peace if it was, you know, if it wasn't for him leaving. So I'm thankful he left
Oh
because I
yeah.
really love those albums.
Wall in the box. What's going on, man? How you doing, sir?
Cool, man.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, man, you're right. Those albums will not be here if those events in history did not happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just to let people know, not if anybody remembers, but I did a video last week about some picks that Frank C sent me, and this is the V-Pick Traditional or Tradition Light. I said in the video, I like the way it feels, so I'm still using it right now. Still using that pick, and it's holding up well. I was like, damn, I like it. I've been playing guitar with it for like 3 days now. So,
What is it? Is it acrylic?
yeah, it reminds me of the pick you brought, the Guitar Center, the
Looks like my Gravities.
Gravity. I don't know if Gravity makes these or not. I don't
think so.
It says V-Picks on it, so I think V-Pick is the person who makes it. But
Get the, I think they're 2. Yeah,
this
that's
here.
2 millimeter.
Dude, that's
That's
sick.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sick.
I love them.
This one says V-Pick Tradition Light, and I like it, man. I was like, hell yeah! It's not wearing out. It's doing good, man. I'm like, I might have to order some of these. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, then you get like a letter or something with different pictures.
Yeah. I didn't put it up now, but yeah, he wrote me a letter. He took time to write a description for each pick that was on that letter, and then like what kind this is, what this is, and he sent me a few of these V picks, and then he sent me a Tone King pick, and he sent me a a pick from Steve from Boston, and I think the others were the V picks, I believe. But yeah, it was really really cool, man, and it was awesome.
Are their picks just like Steve from Boston? Are they just like printed picks, or
Yeah, it's
are they anything
I got
special?
it here somewhere. I did. I can't. Man, let's see.
I feel like Steve from Boston was
Here it is, right here.
goes through all kinds of pick. I thought he
I'll
was,
have to present myself because this pick here is small. Steve from Boston pick. It's really really small, and you can see his little logo there. No, it's not.
Oh, that's like that Dunlop one that everybody plays, right?
And it's really thick.
Oof.
So, just to give you here's one of my picks. All right, just to give you a size thing here. If I put this up at the very top of my pick, and you can see how much smaller it is than a traditional pick.
That's super thick.
So it's just, I mean, it's a cool pick. But it's just I can't play with a pick of this
And they
small
polished
in
the
size,
edges.
and it's really. I was like, wow, that sucker is thick. But it's cool. But my favorite one that he sent me out of the I think the 5 that he sent is that V pick. That is holding up well right now. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to order some of these. I really like these so far. It's holding up good. But yeah, I don't know how much they would be. Have no idea.
I mean, like these gravities they're expensive, you know.
Yeah, I bought one years ago because I saw a video with Rob Chapman talking about
He had his own signature.
about you need to get them and all this, and I ordered one. It was $10 for one, and I didn't like it. And I was like, oh man.
These plain. I didn't get a Chapman. I got the plain.
That's what I did, and I got the plain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were like 8, I think. But
Yeah, mine was like right at $10. I was like, what?
these are the same ones I bought. I mean, I bought a couple, and
Yeah.
I don't lose them because they were $8. I don't lose them,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Let's see.
Grippy picks.
AVA
I don't know what
Grippy
those are.
Picks.
Me neither.
Never heard of AVA, Wally, but that's cool, man.
I'm gonna look it up.
R2 says
I'm still an advocate of the flows. I don't have a plain one. Was just looking. This is one of the Hetfield ones.
Oh, cool.
But I just like how they're pointed.
let me see.
I
Let
don't
me
know if you
see.
can see it that
Oh,
well.
there we go. Okay.
It's just a little bit sharper. And I mean,
Yeah.
they're not,
Yeah.
like I said, the ones I use they're
can
not
only-
opaque.
You can only use one side on that one.
Why's that?
Downstroke only.
You got me, Larry. You got me.
There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. R2 says, Brother Bruce sent me a gravity pick. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Did he say AVA or D? When I Google it, comes up DAVA grippy picks.
Oh, a Dava.
Yeah,
I've heard of
maybe
those.
that's what
They
he was
got like the
supposed to
little
do.
rubber. They kind of flex a little bit. I actually have one of those somewhere.
R2 also has one
looks
of
like
those
they have
Steve
a
from
round
Boston
circle
picks.
on them.
Yeah, R2 says the Steve from Boston picks is too thick for him as well.
I don't think I ever use those.
It looks
I
like
try not to go thicker than 1.0. Anything thicker than
Yeah,
that, I really
yeah.
can't hang on to.
Yeah.
I like them. I got these with my name printed on them, and I got them in 1.5s. That worked too, but the standard one they sell it as a 2, so
Oh,
that's what I got.
yeah. The picks with the grip on them, I can't use those. It feels like a sandpaper type deal. Which sucks because the Van Halen picks, they're all. I was like, don't they just have some Van Halen picks that are just smooth and don't have that grip thing on them? But I haven't come across any. I don't know if there is or not. But every time I try to
The
get
ones I
one,
use have that on there. Like they're just kind of a tacky.
Who makes the Hetfields?
They're Dunlop, and they're
Okay.
basically flows. They're
Yeah.
the same thing. They just have his name on them. But I don't know if you can see in the
Yeah, I can see it.
texture, but like there's like a little round part, and that's kind of the grippy part of it. Like I said, the flows look just like this. They just don't have his design on it.
Damn.
And that was just the one I had here.
Now the Steve from
man.
Boston pick looks like a Dunlop jazz pick, isn't that what they call it?
I think
design.
so. Yeah. I need to
it's a
send
big
y'all.
pick.
I need to send y'all a couple of these Guinness picks, and y'all tell me what you think of them, because I'm not going to use them. I got 10 of them, and they're just sitting here. I need to send a few to each one of y'all, and y'all can try them out and tell me what you think. Maybe they'll work for you. They don't work for me, but yeah, that's just me. You know, maybe it'll be. Oh, they do. Oh, I need to find them then. R2 says they do sell the picks without the grip.
R2 knows everything.
That's the go-to. That's the go-to man right there. If you want to know anything, he is a wealth of knowledge.
He knows everything.
Yeah, all the problems I had, I went to him. He's like, "You need to do this, this, and this, and don't bother me again." And I said, "Okay, I'm sorry." No, I'm kidding. But yeah, he's helped me out a lot. Yeah, I need to find those, man, without the grippy stuff. Martin says that he uses the thick grippy pick because my main axe is a 7-string. Okay, cool, man.
You got any 7 strings, Joe?
No, sir, I do not.
I'm bad enough on
one. I guess I was in Guitar Center one time, and I tried one, and I played it for maybe 30 seconds, and I put it right back. I said, "This is not for me," you know.
I have a hard enough time with 6. I don't
That's
need any
what
more
I was
than
going to
that.
say. That's what I was going to say. It took me this long to try to tackle 6. I said 7. And then those guys that play with the thick. What is that? Come on, man. Like the bass player for ZZ Top now. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, that thing's got like 20 strings on it. I'm like, what?
Harpsichord.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like I'm in elementary again, you know. Man, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. But I'm like, I don't get it. But you know, whatever. I guess it's just not meant for me to understand it anyway. But yeah, it's wild, man. But
I can't play. I mean, you pick it up and you try to do like a G chord, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I tried it, and it was
right.
I was like, oops, that sounds like that sounds.
Do it.
So anybody got any clippers? You just cut this low string off, but
Well, I have smaller hands anyway. I can't even wrap my thumb around.
I can't either. Doing
around
like
the
the
regular
Hendrix chords and
fretboards,
stuff,
yeah,
I
I can't
cannot
do
do
that.
that. I have to do a bar chord.
It hurts.
I mean, I can do it, but I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
I'll
like
look
this.
all
I'm
goofy
like,
and everybody's like,
damn.
just don't even
The
try
guy's
it.
like, if you want to play this Hendrix chord properly, I'm like, well, dude, I can't do that. So I just do the bar chord and do my own thing. I'm like, hell, it's close enough. Sounds good to me.
I've been doing some Brett Papa lessons, and
That guy, he's incredible.
he teaches the over the thumb. He plays those Nash guitars.
Yeah. Papa
Does-
Stash. Yeah,
he plays
he's
Nash.
amazing, man.
His guitar's a Nash guitar. And those, I want one of those now.
He's incredible. I always liked him. He seemed to have a really good personality about him. Just from watching his videos, I was like,
Yeah,
man,
he teaches the Hendrix stuff pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. He makes it
Yeah,
easy.
I could never. I just have to. When you can't do it like other people, you have to just make your own way, and it's possible. It's possible. It might not be spot on, you know, but hell, it's in the ballpark whenever I do it. So I'm happy with that.
He says use you use the inside of your thumb.
Yeah.
You kind of come over and bend. I don't know if I could do it on this thing, but I should practice it more. I can do it. Yeah, you kind of go like that,
Oh wow. Okay.
right? And then you can reach down here. You can grab it. Like I can grab it all now.
So
I'm sorry. It hurts.
I had a
after-
table saw incident in New Jersey, so like you could tell this one
Oh,
here
wow,
doesn't
man.
bend like the other one.
Oh,
you
okay.
know? So my fretting one,
Yeah.
it's I guess I cut some tendons and stuff. It was,
Oh,
it was pretty
man.
gnarly. I'll send you some pictures, but
Damn.
it doesn't like this joint doesn't move. So if I'm wrapping around the neck,
Yeah,
I
that's
got
not going to work. Yeah.
What were you cutting?
wood for frames. I worked for a framing company. I installed art and stuff in Manhattan, but like before I actually did delivery and installation, I worked just in the shop. cutting stuff.
I used to be a meat cutter back in the day, and I looked down one day, and the saw blade was rolling through my thumb.
Ah,
Jeez Louise, man.
Luckily, it was just skin, but I don't have any fingerprint on there anymore.
I mean, mine went all the way in, but I was
that's
pushing, and the table hiccuped, and that slid into it.
Oh my God.
I was more worried about infection because it was pork running through the saw all day.
Oh my God.
But,
Thank you, R2. Thank you, man. He sent me a picture of the EVH picks with non-grip. Thank you. I need to look those up, man. 'Cause I'll definitely buy some. But man, wow. Damn. I'm sorry about that. Man. God.
yeah, that's bad.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't play for a long time just because I was just like, I don't know if I can do it anymore.
I can imagine. That would scare the ever-loving crap out of me.
Which hand was it on?
His
It was
left.
on my left hand.
His left.
I don't know if I can, like, I mean, it'll go around, but like as far as hold it, that's as tight as I can get.
Is that your? Is that the Les Paul you got from Guitar Center from?
Yes, it is.
From that dude. Let me present you because I have not seen it. Let's see.
I mean, it's really just.
You talked about
just
it
a
on the
run in the
last
mill.
show.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It is. It's got a
beautiful.
pretty thick neck to it. And,
Yeah.
like I said,
There we go.
It's
That's the right color too. Oof.
It's
nice.
a great guitar, and it's not super heavy. It's one of my heavier guitars, but it's just over 9 pounds. I think some of them get in the 10, 11 pound range.
Yeah,
But
that's beautiful though. Damn.
it's a good girl.
The gold hardware sets it off, man.
Yeah.
I love the gold hardware too.
Yeah, black and gold, red and gold, purple and gold.
Yes.
All good colors, right?
Silver.
For the
and
longest
gold.
time, I didn't like gold hardware, but it grew on me, and I was, and if I was going to get something gold hardware, you definitely wanted something like that.
Yeah.
Something with a white gold and a black gold, something dark. But I love
Texas tea. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Black gold.
What you
Well, now
say?
now I'm gonna have to name it Jethro. I got to.
Yeah, that's there you go. That's wild, man. That's beautiful, man. Congratulations. How long have you had that now? About it what? Not
April?
a year though, hasn't it? 6 months?
Since April. So.
Okay.
July, August, 4 months.
Okay. Well, you still getting it broke in then, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, whoever had it, it's got some wear on it. Like the gold on the bridge pickup and the top of the Tune-O-Matic bridge is starting to kind of wear a little bit. Like it's not quite as gold as the rest.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But whoever had it took very good care of it. It's not
That's
scratched
good.
up. There's no belt rash or anything on it.
That's great.
It's got just enough little age on it to, like the binding's starting to yellow a little bit. So
Just a little. What year is that guitar?
2013.
Oh, yeah, okay. 10 years old. Okay. It looks really good to be 10
Yeah,
years
and
old.
so it's. I think the only thing I'm not crazy about is the fretboards Richlite, because it was when they were going through their ebony, trade rules or whatever.
Okay.
Where they weren't sourcing it ethically. So
Right.
I think 2012 to 2019 is the Richlite years, and a lot of people don't like them. I honestly cannot tell a difference between ebony, but it doesn't have the grain of wood. So Richlite's kind of like they chewed up a whole bunch of wood and kind of made out of dust and compacted the dust and glued it together. So it just doesn't have grain, but I mean it responds and feels like wood.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, man.
So it's like a solid black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be kind of cool. I
It
think.
is. It is. I mean,
so.
I don't mind
Yeah.
it. I don't mind it at all. But I would just every other guitar I have has wood grain on the neck and stuff, and I like the look of that. But it's not a deal breaker.
No, that's awesome, man. Dang.
Like different
gosh.
stuff. Is it more like a maple neck then? As
No,
far-
like I said, it's
a little
just
brighter,
Richlite.
like. No, I mean, is Richlite kind of like more? Is it more like rosewood or maple? I guess is.
I would say it sounds more like maple. It's real crisp, real snappy.
Yeah.
Where
That's what
to
I
me-
was thinking. It would sound. That's what I
Yeah,
thought
to me,
you would say.
rosewood sounds a little warmer, but I mean,
Yeah.
I know people that say the opposite, but it sounds like a maple neck to me, because it sounds like my Wolfgang and my Strat's got a maple neck. So
I always
sounds
think
like
maple's always more. It's brighter to me.
that's how I
How I hear it.
I love the maple necks, man. I love
I like them
those.
both.
Martin Hensley says he likes the Les Paul guitars, but he hates the company.
I agree. I mean, I think.
Can you
I think
expand
Gibson's-
on that? Because I'm going to ask him, Martin, why do you hate the company? And Andrew, go ahead. Why do you dislike the company?
I think Gibson is finally getting. They have slump years,
Yes.
and even in those high years, I mean, they're hit or miss. The guitars are hit or miss. I would never order a Gibson online, not knowing what I got. It's a guitar I would have to try first, just because of QC issues. And you can have 2 Les Paul Customs that come off the line, and they feel immediately just greatly different. Not necessarily good or bad, but one of them will probably feel better to you. And that's kind of why I pulled the trigger on this one. I wasn't looking for a Les Paul, but it was a good one, and it felt good.
Right place at the right time.
Right.
Yeah.
So it just spoke to me, and it was comfortable, so I went for it. But I've played Les Paul Customs in music stores and stuff that just didn't do it for me. So it's hit or miss. Whereas you get a Strat, it's going to feel mostly like all the other Strats that you pick up. You know, whether it's Mexican or American
Good
or what.
point.
But I mean,
Good point.
you pick up a Strat, it's going to feel like a Strat. Gibson's not necessarily like that for me, in my experience.
Right.
Yeah, I went and played a bunch of Gibsons before I picked mine out.
Oh, did you really? Okay.
Yeah, because they're.
I'm not a Gibson guy, so
some of it could be
wouldn't know.
set up in the guitar centers too, but I was in a better guitar center. They took care of them, and so. But I played until I found one that I liked. Because I knew that you got to go, but it needs the most truss rod adjustments of any guitar that I have.
Yeah.
Like that Red Kramer, the old one, the
83. Yeah.
That's never needed a truss rod adjustment ever.
Wow.
Ever. In 30 some years.
Wow.
But the Gibson, I mean, honestly, you could probably do it every 6 months.
Wow. Okay. I was just asking because I'm not a Gibson player, so I didn't. I got some Epiphones, but I don't know if people consider that in the same league or not. But
Epiphones stepped up their game.
they
Epiphones
have.
are good.
That's why I have a few of them. I was like, that's what I kept hearing from all the other, like Philip McKnight and all. They said Epiphones have gotten really great quality. So I ordered a couple, and I was like, I like mine. They're good.
They're getting expensive.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Right?
Yeah.
They're getting expensive.
They're only half the price, man, and I think they're great. Gibson is not for the guitarist; it's overpriced. I'm a Fender man, Martin says. Okay, and
Fair enough.
Yeah, but my Fender over here is $1,700. So
Fender Custom Shop's $5,000.
It's a
if you want to
Strat.
go that route.
I mean,
everything's high, and that this is.
Gibson's expensive,
Why is all this stuff shooting up, y'all? What do y'all think? What is going on?
inflation.
Jesus,
I-
that much inflation? Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, I played Squires that were phenomenal and were $200. You know, I played Jacksons that maybe the Floyd or something was a little cheap or something like that. But as a guitar, it plays wonderfully. So, I really don't know. You know, I like to watch a lot of those old Anderton videos of the blindfold challenge and stuff like that, and where you'd be amazed at how many times they'll pick a Squire or they'll pick an Epiphone or something even cheaper, and that really gets you thinking. Like, well, maybe it's all just
It's in your head.
just in your head.
I have 2
It could
custom
be.
vibes.
Yeah,
Those
the
are
classic
great
vibes are
guitars.
great, man. I
I
love
have a
those.
Telly and a Strat custom vibe, and that's the custom vibe is in some of those Andertons videos. With the blindfold, and they pick that, and they're like, "This is a custom shop. This is the custom shop." It's like it's not.
Yeah.
It's got rolled edges and everything.
I have a paranormal Telecaster. It's got like the one. It's in there, but I'll show it next time. But it was made in China, $200-$300. I mean, it was given to me, but it's great. It's absolutely great.
Man, have y'all ever tried playing something, even with your eyes shut or a blindfold? I don't see how they play with a blindfold on. I've seen, Herman Lee, Dragon Force, and all that. Well, he was during the pandemic and all that stuff. He had all these guitar players on that they were jamming together, and they'd say, "Okay, now you got to do a blindfold." And I was like, "How the hell are they even hitting the right notes blindfolded?" It'd be a train wreck if I had to do that. Man, almighty, man. I could not do that.
There was a couple I saw where talking about Chapman, where like it would be like a cheap guitar blindfold, and he got like every single one of them right. And I'm like, I don't even know how in the world. He's like, you can just tell by neck profiles, because I mean, you play a Jackson and they're real thin and fast and flat.
Ibanez is like that too. Yeah,
he was always pretty good at that game.
Mm-hmm.
He probably amps, guitars. He usually gets it right.
It's interesting.
Pretty amazing, actually.
They put it in my hands. I get it wrong every time. What do you think this is? Charvel? Wrong. It's a Squire. Shit. Next.
It's an electric guitar.
Yeah, it's an electric guitar. Yeah, you got that part right. Okay.
And my Gibson smells. My Gibson has a smell to it.
That's the nitro. That's the nitro. I love that.
It's kind of almost like a vanilla. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I thought he was kidding. He's for real. Okay.
That's the nitro. All Gibsons have a smell like that.
Does your and speaking of that, I'm not trying to be weird, but my Peavey Wolfgang Special, when I open the case, it's got a smell to it. And it smelled like the one I had years ago. Still has that same scent, and I was like, "Is it from the case?"
Like I think it's the case.
I think it's the
whatever
case.
the plastic is in the case or whatever.
Yeah, I think do you have a Peavey hard shell case? Did it come with?
The one that came with it.
Yeah, it must be the case then, because I said this is the same smell, and all the other ones I have that came from different sellers, they all have that same smell when I open the case. I know that sounds weird, but I just thought maybe it's just me, man. I don't know.
Man, Martin got a lot of fenders.
Yeah, he says he got 10 fenders and 4 customs. Jeez Louise, man.
Let me get one.
Got some money tied up in that.
I just got a blue master built in my email the other day. Clapton, dark blue, was 15 grand.
Oh my!
Yeah, master builts are insane.
I was like, what is this thing? And why dark blue is? I don't remember him playing one that color, but whatever.
I don't either.
It was his builder.
Yeah, I don't know, but the only one I remember him really playing is the Blackie. You know that, and that's in isn't that in a Guitar Center somewhere? Didn't somebody from Guitar Center buy that? I think it's in Hollywood. I think that Guitar Center there. I think it's in there. I don't know. I could be wrong.
The Guitar Center in Manhattan has a custom like mine signed by Ace Frehley in like a glass case. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's great. I love looking at all that stuff, man. I could go in places like that and just stare at all that stuff and read the placards, and I was like, man, that's awesome. That's so cool. Man.
R2 says his Gibson smells like vanilla. That's kind of like what mine smells like.
There you go.
I think it's the glue.
It's the nitro. It's the nitro cellulose or cellular, whatever, lacquer. It's clear coat.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Great smell.
That's interesting. Yeah. Man, that's awesome.
Bath and Body Works got to make a candle out of it.
Make a candle out of it. What's this one called? It's called the Gibson, and it will burn for at least 2 weeks.
Give it a sniff, you turn it over, go, what is it? Oh, Gibson Les Paul. Oh, that's the smell.
Yeah, you imagine giving that to somebody that doesn't play, they'd be like, oh, what kind of candle is this? It comes with robotic tuners. What is that?
Yeah, that's definitely the Peavey case.
You see what I mean? It's got that scent.
Almost sweet smelling. Like it's not vanilla. It's. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different.
I think it's the case though.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
We're talking about how guitars smell. This is funny.
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, hey, better than talking about somebody's feet.
He's got a Supernova Strat that smells a little. Martin.
Oh, he does? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, I have a custom Fender HSS Supernova Strat that smells a little.
I will say one thing that's cool is, like when I worked at Guitar Center, you go in the acoustic room, and like all the Epiphones and stuff that have shipped overseas and stuff, they just really don't have a smell to them. But if you smell a Martin, next time you're in Guitar Center, smell one of the Martins, it actually smells like a tree. like the forest.
Oh,
Like they actually
okay.
just cut the wood and built a guitar and put it in the store.
Oh,
But
I gotta keep
it's
that in
neat.
mind.
Yeah, it's neat.
That's okay. I'll definitely have to keep that
They,
in mind.
they actually smell real.
Yeah,
instead of
no,
just-
it makes sense. Yeah, my son just recently got his first Martin acoustic, not long ago, and he really loves it, and says it's very easy to play.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
you got one. So there you go,
How's it
Larry. What do you
smell?
think? Is it easy to play? He smells.
I don't know.
To be in the chat. What are these guys doing? They're smelling guitar.
This
Smells like acoustic.
guy's sniffing cocaine out of his Martin.
Is this easy to play? Yeah.
Sounds great. Sounds.
Oh, it's got a
great.
pick in it.
I was about to say, ooh. Yeah, they resonate really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the action on their Martin's pretty low, I assume, because they're easy to play, right? Yeah, that action's low, man. Yeah, there you go. It is low. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that just shows you. See the couple acoustics I got, the damn action's
But I
3
did
inches
lower.
off the damn bore. It's like, what the hell?
I took this out and sanded the bottom a little bit.
Yeah, I've
did
done
do
that
that.
before, yeah.
So
Sand that plastic bridge or whatever it is, put it back down in there. One time I did it too much, and I said, "Oh shit!" So I got a Q-tip and cut the ends off and put the stick part of the Q-tip back in there and put the bridge, and it was fine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did that one. I was like, "Oh man, I sanded it too much, and all the notes were dead. It didn't matter what I did. It was like cring, cring. I was like, oh, crap." And I said, "Oh man." So I went ahead and I said, "What can I put down in there that would fit?" I tried a toothpick. That didn't work. It's too small. So a Q-tip fit perfect. I just cut the ends off, and I said, "There we go." And it worked. Do y'all have anything else you want to touch on? We've been on for an hour and 42 minutes. It does not seem that long. I thought maybe it was just an hour, but wow, it's been an hour and 42 minutes.
This went quick.
It
This
went
one went
really
fast.
quick. It went fast, man. So, okay,
Yeah,
well, if y'all don't have nothing else, I guess we'll slide on out of here. Y'all don't go anywhere. Stay right there. I'm going to tell everybody else bye. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. If you watch on the replay, thank you very much for taking the time to watch. I want to thank my guest, Andrew Knox. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Thank you for having me. Hopefully
And
y'all heard
Larry.
me this time.
It was amazing. Larry Riker, a pleasure as always for both of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, good talking to you guys again. For sure.
Yeah, I look forward to it again. Until next time, everybody, take care and be safe.
Bye, everyone.
God bless. See you later.